We had a team of 10 students, and each student was assigned a role that aligned to what an ambassador or a diplomat would do in the embassy. So for instance, we had the officer who would handle political affairs, we had the public affairs officer, we had the economic officer, and we had the deputy chief of mission who served as the second in command in a sense of the embassy, working directly under the ambassador. So each day we came to our simulation of an embassy to discuss issues that were happening at that moment in Afghanistan. So it entailed a lot of research. It entailed the ability to digest a lot of information about politics and foreign affairs and be able to synthesize all of it into arguments about what to do in Afghanistan politically or economically with regard to issues like the peace process or combating the illicit drug trade, for instance. And I found it so interesting and transformative for me because it was the closest I could get to being in an embassy and serving as a diplomat without actually being a diplomat, working in an embassy. So it gave me a lot of preparation, which I was then able to leverage into getting the Pickering Fellowship and having that direct path into serving in the Foreign Service after I graduate. One of the elements of the program was attending events all throughout Washington, D.C. We were able to attend debates on foreign policy about issues such as North Korea and Venezuela. And those were all opportunities where we had direct access to some of the foremost thinkers in foreign policy, whether that was former ambassadors or military officials. And Ambassador O'Donnell was able to leverage his connection to make sure that we had time to speak to them directly, to gain some of their insights and their knowledge about foreign policy. I think one of the other aspects of the program which I found so beneficial for me is just that being in Washington, D.C., it's hard not to pick up a lot about current affairs and politics just through osmosis. I mean, you're in a city where decisions are made that have serious implications not only nationally but internationally. And being in that environment, you'd have to go out of your way to not be affected by it and not come out more knowledgeable about the political process and not have connections that you can then leverage, whether your next step is working in government or working in the private sector, maybe in Washington, D.C.